Welcome to Southern Weird and Wild. Tonight on episode 2, we'll be hearing from Bill in Spicewood, Texas, just outside of Austin. He is finally sharing an incredible story about the time he was visited by an unidentified flying object. We think you're going to love this guy and his weird and wild story. Sit back, relax, and enjoy his story.
Well, howdy there, folks. Pull up a chair and set a spell. Name's Bill, and I'm pushing 64 these days. Living out here in Spicewood, Texas, about as far from that hustle-bustle Austin as a feller like me cares to stray. I ain't one for traipsing into the city no more. Lordy, it's gotten too liberal, too doggone weird for my blood. All them folks running around with their fancy ideas and whatnot. Nah, out here in the hill country, it's still the good life. Rolling hills covered in cedar and live oak, creeks running clear, and views of Lake Travis shimmering like a mirror on a calm morning. Me and the missus got our little spread. Few acres, some critters, and peace quieter than a church mouse on Sunday. Most evenings, after putting in a full day sweating over whatever needs fixing, fencing, hauling, you name it, my sweet wife whips up supper. Nothing fancy. Maybe some chicken fried steak, gravy thick as molasses, biscuits that'd make your grandma jealous. Once them plates are licked clean and the sun's dipped below them hills, turning the sky all purple and gold, it cools off right nice. That's when I mosey on out to this here front porch. I plop down in my old rocker, creaking like my joints, with my faithful old dog, name's Rusty, curled up at my boots, tail thumping lazy-like. And yeah, I roll me one of them hand-rolled cigarettes. The good kind, if you catch my drift. Helps a man unwind. Watching them stars pop out one by one. Ain't nothing better for clearing the head after a long haul. That's how it usually goes anyhow. Peaceful as a pond at dawn. But let me tell you about this one night that turned everything plumb sideways. It was a clear evening. No moon to muddy up the view. Sky blacker than a well-digger's pocket, except for all them twinkling stars. I was out here, same as always, puffing away, Rusty snoring soft. Then, out of nowhere, things got peculiar. First off, the sounds. Not your everyday crickets chirping or wine rustling the cedars. Nah, this was a low hum. Kinda like a big old generator far off, but smoother, almost throbbing like a heartbeat. Warbling too, metallic and eerie, rising and falling like some kind of otherworldly tune. Rusty bolts upright, ears perked higher than a jackrabbit's, and lets out this low, guttural growl that sent chills up my spine. I pat him, saying, "Easy, boy, what's got your hackles up?" But I reckon he knew something I didn't yet. I glance around, thinking maybe a truck's rumbling down the county road. But that highway's miles off, and this hum, it was coming from up yonder. So I tilt my head back and look to the heavens. And mercy me, there they were, lights. Not airplanes buzzing by, not shooting stars. These were moving deliberate-like, slow and steady across the sky. 5 or 6 of them at first, dancing around like fireflies on steroids. Colors shifting. Fiery red, electric blue, glowing green, stark white. Blinking in patterns that didn't make a lick of sense. No regular flash like a plane's beacons. No straight path like satellites. These lights were circling, merging, splitting apart, putting on a show like they was alive and talking to each other. But that ain't the half of it. Then the main attraction rolls in, or floats in, I should say. Right over my land, about 200 or 300 yards out, hovering just above the treetops like it was fixing to land, but thinking better of it. This thing, Lord have mercy, it was big. Size of a barn, maybe bigger. Oval shape, kind of like a flattened disc or an egg laid on its side. The surface looked smooth, metallic, gleaming under its own glow, with sections pulsating different colors, deep crimson here, turquoise there, a ring of yellow flickering around the edge. Lights all over it, dozens of them, pulsating and changing, like the dang thing was breathing or sending signals. That hum? It got louder now, vibrating right through my chest, making my teeth chatter a bit. No wind from it, no heat, no nothing. Just hanging there, silent as a ghost, except for that bone-rattling thrum. I could feel the air getting thicker, almost electric, like right before a thunderstorm rolls in. Rusty, poor feller went stone still, eyes locked on it, not even a whimper. Me? I was froze solid, cigarette dangling from my lip, ash fallen forgotten. My heart was pounding like a jackhammer, thinking, this ain't no drone from some city slicker. This ain't no chopper sneaking around. This here's something from way out there, outer space or wherever them things come from. It just lingered, watching over my property like it was surveying the place. Minutes ticked by, felt like hours in my head. Didn't land, thank the good Lord. Didn't shoot no beams or nothing Hollywood-like. Just hovered, lights dancing hypnotic. Then, quicker than a cat on a hot tin roof, whoosh, it's gone. Shot straight up into the night, leaving a trail of shimmering light that faded fast, and then boom, vanished. Sky back to normal, crickets singing again like somebody hit the reset button. I sat there a good long while, shaking like a leaf in a norther, trying to wrap my noggin around what just happened. Finally hauled myself up, legs wobbly as a newborn colt, and stumbled inside. Busted through the door and hollered at the wife. She was washing up dishes. "Darlin', you ain't gonna believe this," I says, all out of breath. I just seen the darndest thing out there. Lights dancing, a big old craft hovering over our land like it was scouting for cattle. I spilled the whole kit and caboodle, the hum that rattled my bones, them shifting colors brighter than a 4th of July fireworks, that oval shape pulsating like a living being. She dries her hands on her apron, turns around slow and gives me that look. You know, the one wives give when they think you're pulling their leg. "Honey," she says, smiling but shaking her head, "sounds to me like you've been puffing a tad too much of that good tobacco tonight. Maybe lay off the grass for a spell, before you start seeing little green men dancing jigs on the roof." We both had a chuckle over it. Had to, or I'd have gone plumb crazy. But I swear on my grandpappy's Bible, it weren't the cigarette playing tricks. Weren't my eyes deceiving me neither. I know what I saw, clear as day, or night, I reckon. Something real, something not from these parts. And you know, I ain't the first fella around Spicewood to spot such tomfoolery in the sky. Folks out here been whispering about strange lights for years. Keep it hush-hush, mind you, 'cause we ain't ones for drawing attention. But back in 2022, a feller named Michael Daniels caught 5 green lights on his phone, swirling around the night sky right near here. Looked like they was playing tag or something. And that ain't all. Spicewood's got a history of these things. Over the years, there's been 8 or so reports filed, peeking back in 2020 with folks seeing orbs and formations hovering low over the hills. Heck, go back further, and the whole Texas hill country's riddled with tales. Old-timers around Austin Way talk about the Lubbock lights from '51, bunches of blue glows streaking across the plains, photographed and everything. Or that Levelland ruckus in '57, where a giant egg-shaped ship messed with folks' cars, making engines stall like they was hexed. And don't get me started on Stephenville, not too far north. Back in 2008, over 300 souls, including lawmen and such, swore they saw massive crafts zipping through the clouds, changing shapes and colors. Even made the national news. But the government hemmed and hawed, blaming flares or planes. Baloney, if you ask me. Way back in the 1800s, even around 1897, they had them airships invading Texas skies, cigar-shaped contraptions floating over farms from Aurora to Bonham. One supposedly crashed in Aurora, burying some poor space critter in the cemetery. My grandpappy used to spin yarns about serpentine objects gliding overhead in broad daylight, scaring the bejesus out of field hands. Reckon these things been visiting our neck of the woods since before we had electricity to blame it on. Me? I figure Spicewood's got something special. Maybe the clear skies, the quiet vibes, or heck, maybe them aliens just like our barbecue. But whatever it is, I ain't alone in seeing them. If you're out this way after dark, keep your eyes peeled. You might just catch a glimpse yourself. Anyhow, that's my tale, straight from the horse's mouth. Y'all reckon I'm off my rocker, or you got your own stories? Share them if you do. Take care now, and remember, keep looking up, because you never know what's looking back. Well, thanks for listening, y'all. God bless, and good night.
Wow, what an amazing story from Bill in Spicewood, Texas. Hope his dog Rusty is doing okay. Well, that's a wrap on our second episode. We sure hope you liked it. Please subscribe to our channel, like, comment, but be respectful. DM us if you have a story to share. We are currently working on our third episode that should launch next week. Until then, keep it weird and wild. Later, Gators.